Hello everyone, welcome to Chills and Thrills. I know you want to test your brave, but before starting, please subscribe and like the video. The 2006 volleyball incident. On July 2nd, 2017, an anonymous user started a thread on 4chan's paranormal board with a cryptic question. How does one live after taking the red pill on the 2006 volleyball incident? If you're unfamiliar, this refers to an eerie and unsettling tale. The post alluded to a purported mass shooting in 2006 where a gunman allegedly killed 14 people during a high school volleyball game, supposedly in South Dakota or Nebraska. But here's the odd part. Searching for any trace of this event yields nothing. No news articles, no official reports, just conspiracy blogs and occasional Reddit threads questioning its existence. It's as if the event never occurred or was wiped from history. Despite this, many people insist they remember hearing about it. Some recall being near Mount Rushmore around that time and catching a radio report about the tragedy. The sole piece of evidence online was a still frame from a supposed home video dated September 27, 2006, which allegedly captured the scene before the shooting. That is, until a gamer YouTuber known for exploring dark web mysteries stumbled upon more chilling evidence. While browsing a late-night forum on a 4chan-like site, they uncovered graphic images of a bloodied school gym, reportedly taken right after the attack.
Right here, let's go down a little bit over here. They've got 2006 volley. Oh my God. Oh, we're gonna have to blur this one. Jesus Christ, that's actually like death footage. I think I remember this. I was searching around for some sort of proof of this happening, and apparently it's a snippet from a home video. Oh my God. We have to blur that out. I gotta make sure we note that, blur it real quick. Let me add that to the notes here. Jesus. It's like an actual straight up bloody massacre. It's like VHS recorded. This has to be from like a movie. There's no way. This has to be from like some movie. It's crazy as hell. That it's got like a CBI not for release. Like, I assume CBI stands for like some sort of a governmental organization or something. That is so messed up. I feel like I should have known this or something. I don't even know if that's like a conspiracy. How is that a conspiracy? It's actually like death foot, unless it's from like some movie or something that we don't know about. Jesus Christ. That is actually the most chilling thing I've seen. We're like 5 minutes into this recording and already it's just like death footage has hit the building.
The bottom right corner of the image contained the text, CBI not for release, which I'll do my best to show you while blurring everything else out. This cryptic detail has sparked some truly wild theories across the internet. According to the most popular ones, the incident did happen, but it was allegedly covered up by the American government. As the story goes, the government was attempting to assassinate someone who attended this high school volleyball game. However, things spiraled out of control, and many of the young volleyball players were tragically caught in the crossfire. To avoid massive public outrage, the government supposedly instructed the news media to suppress the story and allegedly paid the victims' families to remain silent. While the US government certainly has a history of covering up sensitive information, I have to admit that this particular theory feels a bit far-fetched. Keeping something this significant hidden for such a long time seems unlikely. At some point, you'd expect the truth to leak out. A more plausible theory suggests this is a classic case of the Mandela effect, where large groups of people collectively misremember events. Interestingly, I did come across a somewhat similar incident in that region in 2006, the Platte Canyon High School situation. In this case, 53-year-old Dwayne Roger Morrison took 7 female students hostage, assaulted them, and tragically shot one of them. This incident also occurred on September 27, 2006, the same date marked on the alleged volleyball incident photo. The location, Colorado, might explain why people in the Midwest remember hearing about it on the news. However, there are major differences. The Platte Canyon case didn't involve a volleyball game, and there was only one fatality. Even so, the most probable explanation is that the entire volleyball story is simply a hoax. On August 8, 2014, a user by the name Simon Predj posted a video on YouTube titled "Grave Robbing for Morons." This was a digital re-upload of a very old VHS video, an extremely chilling one at that. A young man goes into disturbing detail, explaining step by step how to rob graves and sell the remains on the black market.
By the eyes or the nose, you pull it out, put your finger all the way in. There's nothing there that will hurt you at all. Or you have to make sure of that. There's nothing that can hurt you. Do not be afraid. Pull it out like that. Do not pull it by the teeth, or else it'll break out like that, and you will have holes.
What makes this video even more unsettling isn't just its content, but the deep mystery surrounding it. To this day, no one knows who the man in the video is. His identity remains a complete enigma, and no one has stepped forward to claim responsibility. This unresolved question has divided the internet into two fiercely opposing camps. On one side, some believe the footage is genuine, showing an actual grave robber. On the other, skeptics argue it's nothing more than an obscure horror short film created solely to shock and disturb. Surprisingly, while researching this topic, I stumbled upon evidence supporting both interpretations. One undeniable fact is that the original video is incredibly old. The earliest mention of its title, "Grave Robbing for Morons," I could find was on a now defunct online store for horror VHS tapes called Shocking Videos. This website listed the tape for sale in April 2003, describing it as genuine camcorder footage of a drunken teenage stutter giving a half-hour lecture on how to steal body parts from graveyards to refine and profit, all while holding a decaying skull in his hands. Given this description, it's likely the video originates from the late 1980s. For instance, 5 minutes and 43 seconds into the footage, you can spot the VHS box for Evil Dead 2, a movie released in 1987. Additionally, there's an issue of Horror FX magazine visible in the bottom left corner. This specific edition was part of a special Fangoria magazine run in July 1989. Based on these details, it's safe to assume the video was probably shot around that time. The horror memorabilia scattered throughout the footage hints that whoever created the video might have been a die-hard horror fan aiming to craft something eerie for the thrill of it. Yet, the tone of the video is oddly conflicting. On one hand, much of the gruesome advice feels disturbingly authentic, such as detailed instructions for removing a skull from a body that hasn't fully decomposed. On the other hand, certain parts of the video veer into absurdity, like when the host suggests knocking out witnesses so they think it was all just a dream. This peculiar mix of authenticity and over-the-top absurdity only adds to the enduring mystery and unsettling nature of grave robbing for morons.
Never leave witnesses. If you have to knock them out so that way they think it's a dream. Okay, this was made by Anthony. Well, as a matter of fact, let's forget the last name.
And in 1999, a man named Anthony Casamasima was arrested in New York for stealing an expensive stained glass window from a cemetery. There was a real possibility that this was the same person who made the Grave Robbing for Morons guide. That being said, there are few inconsistencies that say otherwise. For instance, I did not find any charges against Anthony Casamasima that mentioned him desecrating bodies. He was more into stealing valuable artifacts like stained glass. And more importantly, Casamasima was 40 when he was arrested in 1999. If he made the tape, he would have been around 30 at the time. However, given the young appearance of the video's subject, that seems highly unlikely. I also found a couple more theories as well, but most of them lead to dead ends. One such theory claims the guy in the video might be Craig, a Bradley who was arrested in 1995 for stealing human remains from a cemetery in upstate New York. Craig would have been around 24 when the grave robbing video was filmed, which fits with the young appearance of the guy in the tape, plus he even looks a bit like him. However, the issue with this theory is that Craig doesn't have the stutter that was prominent in the original video.
It's winter months. Don't usually pay.
Dig for you and everything, so you dig and your friend digs, and then it's another friend digs. You have to find some place really secluded, so that way there's no interruptions, okay?
Now, he could have faked the stutter in the original video for some reason. However, people on the internet find that extremely unlikely, given how real it feels.
The stutter is real. I've known several people with really bad stutters, and it's such a specific, uncontrollable behavior that makes it hard to fake. This kid's stutter feels unique and authentic. I've never seen an actor in a movie fake a stutter that felt this real.
It's possible one day the person seen in the video will come forward with the truth, but for now, we have no idea who the person is or whether or not this extremely realistic looking grave robbing video is real.